guys, what's going on? It is your girl El Danielle, aka LaCourtney Maddox, aka Mrs. Maddox Motivations, coming at you from my home office. And it is a rainy day. We are having the remnants of one of these hurricanes that came through, or storms. I think it already made landfall probably a few days ago, but we are getting the remnants of that here in South Carolina. So it's been rainy the last couple of days, but anywho, we are here, and pardon me. Today we want to talk. Actually, I want to talk about a couple different things because it all kind of ties in with the last few videos that I made. Uh, so Cognitive behavioral therapy. I have talked some about this in the past, but I'll just do a new updated version of what it was that I was talking about before, because the last couple of videos really tie into, will tie in with this really well. So I want to go into that. So cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT for short, is a type of therapy that we use to become aware of our cognitive beliefs. So basically, the way that how we view things, how we think about things, cognitive beliefs. And then also when we have some type of maladaptive patterns or behaviors that we want to change, right? Like maybe certain habits that we are engaging in that we don't particularly care for, or we want to do something different. We use CBT as a way to kind of go in your mind and learn to think about how you think about things so that you can become aware of how your thoughts sorry y'all, I don't know what's going on, how your thoughts affect your feelings, which ultimately impact the way you respond or the actions that you take, right? So thoughts affect feelings and subsequent actions. So with that being said, CBT, one part of it is getting us to really start paying attention to how we think about things, how you think about your thoughts, and if you're even aware of your thoughts. And so sometimes people may not really be aware of what they're thinking. Like we know that we can feel a way, something's got me feeling a way, I feel a way right now, but we don't necessarily know why. But when we begin to pay attention to the way the things that we think about, it will give us some clues and some insight into how we feel and the actions that we take, or the typical responses that we have, right? So CBT is your thoughts affecting your feelings, which affect your actions. So it looks like a triangle. Okay, y'all don't mind my drawing. Okay, so you have your thoughts, which affect your feelings, which affect how you respond, the actions that you take. So as we become aware of our thoughts, we can begin to understand what specific things are triggering us to think a certain way, how it makes us feel, and the way that we've responded. And now, with this newfound awareness, we can start thinking about, we can start learning and implementing ways to change what we think about, right? So when we have this awareness, we can say, okay, this is something that's been on my mind. I know that it puts me in this space. It makes me feel like this, which makes me do this thing. So I need to do something different. So what you want to do is start paying attention to what you're thinking about. I'm just writing here. Okay, this is what it looks like. Simple triangle. Your thoughts, what you think about, affects how you feel, which affect the actions that you take, your subsequent actions, right? And based on what's going on here, it can loop back up here to your thoughts. Something that happens sometimes. Can you see that? Okay, this lighting is kind of weird. Okay, there's that. So something that happens sometimes is we ruminate, or we stay in this loop where we're like in our thoughts and our feelings, and it keeps going, right? It's just this loop that just won't stop. And so it can really wreck our day, or wreck whatever is going on if we allow it. So again, when we begin to pay attention to our thoughts and our uh, feelings and actions, we can do something about it, right? We can kind of interrupt that rumination. So rumination looks like this. It's kind of like Something has you thinking away. You think about something that triggers these feelings, negative feelings, and it makes you think about something else. And now you're feeling even worse. And now you think about this, and you get in like a loop right here, right? That's essentially what rumination is. Like, have you ever had a day where you're just all in your head and in your feelings, and it's like, I just can't get out of this. Like, I'm just stuck in this thing, right? That is rumination. So, how can we get out of that? Well, it touches a little bit on what we talked about yesterday, or I should say in a previous video, where we were discussing distress tolerance and some of the things that can help you, right? But if we're talking specifically with rumination, breaking out of this looping cycle, um, a lot of that comes from our expectations not lining up with our reality. So thinking that we're supposed to get something the way that we want it and it's not happening and it's just throwing us off. It has us up in our head and our feelings, and it just keeps going and going. And if we don't check it, we can take some actions that, maybe aren't the best, like end up going off with somebody or doing something that we're like, dang, I wish I didn't do that, right? So what we want to do to interrupt this flow, this cycle, is a positive, healthy distraction. One of the things that I like to do, that I find to be really effective, and hopefully you'll find this to be effective as well, is taking a step outside of yourself, outside of your emotion, and essentially reminding yourself of the things that you have that you know that you're grateful for. So express gratitude for things that you have. And now this can be a bit tricky, but just kind of go with it, right? um for things you have. Okay, so say for example something's going on, right, and you're feeling a way about things, and you're like, oh, it should have been like this, should have been like that. So now you're kind of in this loop of thoughts and feelings, and you're ruminating, and it's just kind of taking over your day or taking over that moment, right? You want to interrupt this flow. Then one of the things you can do is a healthy distraction. Remind yourself of the things that you have and express some gratitude for it. So say it was an appointment, and it took forever to try to schedule this appointment, and the people are like, sorry, we don't have you on the books, we don't have you listed. You're like, no, I have it right here, like it shows that this is my appointment day and time. And they're like, no, we don't have it, so sorry. So in that moment, depending on the severity of it, right, the value that you placed on that appointment or whatever was going on, it can really get you up in your head and your thoughts and in your feelings. So now you're thinking, well, this is going on and it's making me feel angry, and I can just go do something. Well, instead of doing that, try, as hard as it might be, take a step outside of this and reflect on the things that you have. Okay, I had this appointment today, but apparently it's not happening today because they're saying I don't have it they don't have it scheduled. Does the fact that I will not be seen today impact anything at all that I have going on right now in this moment, aside from me not attending this appointment? Does it affect the fact that, I got up this morning, I had, whatever provisions I had for myself, for my family, the things that allowed me to get here today? Does this thing that is happening or not happening impact any of those other things right now? And most times you will probably find that the answer is no. It does not affect me immediately. It doesn't affect, you know, what I have going on, my family situation, or I have things to eat. I was able to eat today. I was able to, and this is where this express gratitude for things you have part really comes in, because it takes that feeling out. Like, this was supposed to happen. It was supposed to go away. That didn't happen. It just made me mad. Well, the only thing really, when you think about it, that's affected is the ego. And when we say ego, it's not like okay, my ego, in that it's all about me, and I'm better than people, and I'm this and I'm that. No, ego in the sense that every human has that. And somehow when things happen that are outside of our control, sometimes we say, well, that wasn't supposed to happen to me. You know what I mean? Somehow there's supposed to be an exception. That's what I'm talking about with ego. So the only thing hurt in the fact that this appointment was attended in this example is the ego, because it was supposed to happen for me. It was supposed to go this way for me. It was what it was. It is what it is, right? So in order to get off of this loop, we need to remind ourselves of the things that we have, and really just express gratitude for that, to quickly take us out of that emotional loop that can like really ruin the rest of our day if we allow it. I know that was a lot jam packed in, but I'm going to dive some more in, in other videos into specific terms and things like that. So, I'm LaCourtney Maddox. I am a licensed clinical social worker in the state of California as well as South Carolina. I do provide online teletherapy for a host of issues. If you or anyone is interested, feel free to visit the website. I do offer free consultations, and you can reach me by email, maddoxmotivations@gmail.com. You can visit the website. Did I just say that? MaddoxMotivations.com, MaddoxMotivations@gmail.com. I'm sorry, y'all. My brain is kind of here, there, and everywhere. I need to eat something. I'm a little hungry. So, but yeah, that's what we have going on for today. Cognitive behavioral therapy, rumination, thoughts affect feelings, which affect how you respond or your actions. Distract yourself with something healthy, something positive, reminding yourself of the things that you have so you can get off this loop. And so in the next video, we'll do a little bit more digging into how you even get on this loop, get on this ride, and how you can change it from a not so fun ride to a more fun, enjoyable ride or experience. So I will catch you all on the next one. Take care and talk to you soon.